Hey, how's it going? All right. Uh, I was looking around because I've always had the feeling that Trayvon was egged on to do this thing. So I thought I'd look around, and sure enough, it seems to me that there's in in the black community, at least what you see on YouTube, a lot of the fighting that black guys do is caused by, but the girls are egging them on. So I got this little clip I wanted to share with you, and it's not just the fact that this guy's, that it happens, but there's a guy that talks about it afterwards. So
Situation quickly turns ugly.
She hears them, and she just goes crazy. She starts yelling at him, swearing at him.
Prosecutor Sherry Walsh will use the restaurant surveillance video to build her case.
He's on the phone, and you can see from the video, for the most part, he's doing his best to completely ignore her.
That angers Sims even more, and she steps to the door to summon her boyfriend from outside.
The boyfriend's outside,
causing no trouble.
Bring him in here.
Now she goes after the pizza shop manager.
Let's start some
profanity at him and then spits on him. He then says, "Get out of here. Just get out of my place." The boyfriend walks in.
The boyfriend is 35-year-old Mark Jones, an ex-con who weighs more than 300 pounds. When Sims jabs 2 fingers into Scarpino's face, he's finally had enough. But his angry exchange with Sims is only a prelude of what's to come.
You can see there's just a couple of words between the victim and the boyfriend, and then he just socks him.
As stunned customers look on, Jones unleashes a furious beating.
You can just see the blows are so strong that the victim, he's just not even throwing any punches back. It was very hard to watch this video.
Anyway, I wanted
black
to share
guy
this
was
guy.
the black lady.
This guy's got some idea.
Who was the head of the situation? Who was the Hitler? And who was the SS soldier? The Hitler was the black woman. Now she walks into, and she was very ghetto. Very, very ghetto. Just in the face. See, it's an old video. See? That's a little bit more how it was back then, just in your face with the hand kind of stuff.
And like how Deedee
motherfucker, you ain't motherfucker, and motherfucker is the only word I know is motherfucker. So I can say motherfucker is the only word I know, motherfucker. And she was just in his face and all that stuff. Now, what happened was as you saw, she cut in front of the line, and a white guy said something to his girlfriend or something. I wish I knew what he said, which doesn't matter that much because there's no reason to. You can't do something that they see as wrong back. So, for example, and this is true.
So now he's telling us what, how black people see things differently than white people. And with black people, he's going to tell you how they see justice differently.
I swear, you could talk to like 90% of them. They have this belief. So, like, let's say if a black woman hits you on your shoulder, you can't defend yourself and punch her in the face. Because as soon as you hit her in the face, she and everyone else like her is going to think, how can you punch her? She only slapped you in the shoulder. She only slapped you in the shoulder. Or let's say if she has a knife and she stabs you, but you only have a gun. You can't shoot her. You have to stab her somewhere like she stabbed you.
So now some of the white people might be able to understand a little better, what caused the issue and what the rules are. So just so we understand, because, white people aren't familiar with street fighting, generally speaking. Some of us are, but some of us aren't. And that's the problem.
That's how they think. You can only do what they're doing to you to them. But that is stupid. And let me explain to you why this is stupid. Because you didn't do anything to her in the first place. So the way I see it is the instant you're arguing with somebody and you put your hands on them, you deserve whatever they do to you. So if you're mad at someone like you're stupid, you're just talking, and as soon as you slap that person, I don't care if they shoot you in your face. Don't touch people, and they won't touch you back. Do you understand? Keep your hands to yourself.
I just love it. See, this is what I've been saying all along. This guy's got the clue, and you see he's still alive.
A bitch yell in my face all day. Or I'd even, if like, let's say I went somewhere, if I had a girlfriend or something, right? And I saw some girl yelling in my girlfriend's face because they had a mutual disagreement, like something they both at all. I will do whatever I have to do because I hate ignorant people, especially when they bother innocent people. But I can handle it. I've been punched, slapped, all this stuff. I never did anything by girls, though. But I've never done anything back. It just happened to me. But anyway, what happened was, as you saw, she cut the line, the guy got angry. And so she called the black guy in. Now, the black guy in this situation, they make look like a big beast, a monster. Well, he's a big guy. But this basically sums up what I've been trying to tell people about when they come to America since I started this channel here. Black women are the center of the black violence in America.
Are you listening?
The center of it. And why? These black men are simps for black women. And what is a simp? A simp is somebody who would do something for a woman with no evidence. He'll just do it. He'll believe her. He'll love her for no reason. She could be a murderer, but if she could murder someone in front of him, but she could just tell him, oh, he looked at me wrong. And then he'd say, okay, it's good you murdered him. He just looked at you wrong. Okay, it's a simp.
Mm-hmm. And that's the point I was making. I think when George got into Trayvon's view, Trayvon was on the phone and he was saying this honky, this crazy ass white guy is following me around. And even though it wasn't where she could see him or where he could be disrespecting her, she probably felt slightly disrespected in the sense that, hey, we're on the phone together and this guy's over here messing around. So I believe she said to him, kick his ass, just because this is what it's acceptable in a lot of people's, in a lot of their communities when the black female decides that they've been disrespected, they're going to get their man, and the man is generally a mellow guy. I mean, did you see the black guy when he was standing there? And when he came in, he was smiling. I mean, it's just how did it emerge to a point where it was almost deadly?
Most black American men are simps in America. If you say anything about their mothers, they will try to kill you. You can say, hey man, look, I'm being honest with you. Yesterday, I saw your mother, she was kissing one of your friends. What? Don't talk about my mother, nigga. Don't fucking talk about my mother, nigga. And they hit you, stab you, whatever they can. If you say anything about a black man's mother, anything, it's a fight. But on the other hand, say something about a black man's father in America. Watch nothing happen. Your father's a dumb motherfucker who's probably a faggot. Oh yeah, nigga, maybe he might be. They don't even care. It's like we're supposed to bow down to no matter what a black woman does. Now, this black man thought he was doing the right thing. He really thought he was. He thought he was defending this black woman, because I don't know exactly what she told him. Because when she screamed out there, this motherfucker in here, this motherfucker, she was making him think the white guy actually did something bad to her, which he did not. Which he did not. He ignored her like a human does. A human, a modern day human. We know how to not get in physical altercations when we don't have, like, steps on your foot. You're not allowed to say, that was mean of you. They'll attack you. You understand? Black female, it is not supposed to happen. So even if a black female steps on your shoe, you can't say something like, if she steps on your shoe on purpose, like, steps on your foot, you're not allowed to say, that was mean of you. They'll attack you. You understand? Black females are supposed to be untouchable. You can't say anything bad about them, especially when they're older than you. Even if they're doing bad, you can't say anything. That's how it is. So if you come to America and...
So he was outside the country and came in back to the country, so he's able to see it from a different perspective, from a European perspective, perhaps. So this guy is giving us another perspective of the black woman. And, when we were watching the trial, we saw how Deedee acted. She made, especially on the first day that she, was, Anyway, the whole idea was of this video is that I don't think Trayvon was necessarily totally at fault.
The black woman, like let's say you and a black woman saw a seat, and you sat down first, but she grabs you and picks you up out of the seat and sits there. You can't say anything bad to her because other guys on the train will start yelling at you, saying, "Who the fuck you think you talking to like that?" Other black dudes.
There's another one in here that I wanted to find. Let me see. Hope I can find it here.
A little bit more than 5 times, but still, let's just take 5 times more likely to commit a crime than a black male or a white male. And why is this? I don't know. That's why I made my video. Well, I do kind of have an idea. That's why I made my video, just stay out of black neighborhoods, because this shit was disgusting. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And you won't find many people like me who will honestly speak about it.
That's
and
right.
if I'm not going to do this, and I will not do this, but I've known many Russian and Ukrainian people who were attacked by black people, mostly black women, for no reason. No reason. And they end up in a hospital. I had a Ukrainian girlfriend, and while we were going out, I'm trying to make black people look good. Her cousin got beat up and robbed, put in the hospital by 3 black guys for no reason. No reason. Just saw him, took all his stuff. He's in the hospital. He wasn't close to dying, but he was hurt. In the hospital for like 3 days.
It's crazy.
How does that make me look? All that shit affects me. It affects me, and that's why I care. That's why I speak about it.
This is
when
why
some of
it's
you
important.
say Russian people commit crimes too, that has nothing to do with me.
Amen, brother.
People don't look at me and say, you know, Russian people commit a lot of crimes. Filosko. The fuck? But they do say, be careful of black people. That Filosko guy's black. I hear what they do in America. That affects me. That's why I make these videos. And I'm trying to...
See, I hope people are paying attention to this, because I'm sure there are several black people out there that are saying, man, the bad things that some black people do make it look bad for the rest, you know? It's not fair.
Explain to you guys why. I'm trying to explain why. And I'll give one more example before I go. Like I said before, I said this in another video, but I want to say it again. I was at my house last summer, 2012, with 2 beautiful Russian girls. They were coming over to my house to stay for about a week. We were going, they had all their stuff with them, their passport, their luggage, all their clothing, everything was with them. They had everything. That's a lot of stuff they have on them. When people see you with luggage, they know you have a lot of important stuff in there. And they had their luggage with them. So as we're going to my house, we see like 20, 30 angry black men. They were pissed up. They were mad about whatever. They were very, very angry. And the girls got scared and said, I don't want to walk there. And I'm like, I have to walk there. That's where I live. They're like, do we have to? I'm like, yes, we have to. And they're like, let's wait. And I was like, hold on. I looked at the crowd. I saw no black, the crowd. I looked at the crowd. I saw not one black girl. So I said, no, don't worry about it. I guarantee you we'll be fine. Let's go. And these guys were mad. They're ready for a fight. It was dark outside. It was like midnight. It was very late. It was dark, and they were mad, yelling. They were looking for somebody because they were upset about something. Guess what happened when we walked through the crowd?
I can get it.
All got quiet and were like, damn, hey, how's it going? Oh, you ladies look great. You ladies are nice. And I knew that would happen. But if there were even one black woman, even one black girl in that crowd, I would not have went. I would have waited. And you know what would have happened? As soon as we walked through the crowd, who that bitch looking at? She's looking at me. She's fucking looking at me. And then the guys would start coming on me and start fucking me up and stuff because she couldn't. They looking at me. They think they all that. Take their stuff. Take their stuff. They are the Hitlers of the SS. Black men are naturally very strong on average here in America. It's funny, the African guys in Russia are really small compared to the African Americans here. Like African Americans are ancestors of...
So you probably also saw this. It's the epic bearded man.
You ain't scared me. I'll put my foot up your ass. No, you won't. No, you won't. You get my foot up your ass.
You can hear the lady in the background.
I'll put my foot up your ass. You won't do nothing to me. Say it again. Say it.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again, Pinky.
Say it again, Pinky. What? Hey, you hear that?
It ain't working, boy. It ain't working.
67-year-old man.
What? Stop it. What? he hit me, he hit me. He fucking hit me. He fucking hit me first. He hit me in the face. That's self-defense.
So the girl started saying, you know, pushed him into it a little farther.
Fuck you up.
Ooh.
See the blood all over the place?
Ooh.
Epic bearded man.
That did not just happen. Go
And,
through
you know,
that shit.
that's his stuff. If you hear the black girl, go through that shit.
That man was kind of dope.
Alright, I wanted to also show you guys this. This is the part where Deedee says she feels guilt. So let's listen to that.
Okay, I know this is very hard. I can tell by looking at you.
This is the end of the
You're very emotional
end.
about that. It's very
No more
understandable
discussion.
because you cared about him. But all we're trying to do right now is seek the truth here. That's why I'm taking this
I
statement.
got guilt.
Huh?
I got guilt.
You got guilt? Why do you feel guilt?
Real guilty.
Huh?
Real guilty.
Why do you feel real guilty?
Real guilty.
Because you were talking onto the phone and you couldn't do anything about it?
I ain't know about it.
Huh?
I ain't know about it.
You didn't know what had happened to him. You're saying, right? In terms of you were on the
Cause
phone and you didn't
I
realize.
know him.
So, you know, she feels guilty. Do you think that the girl on the bus feels guilty about egging on that guy? You know? Do you think that the lady that brought her boyfriend in to beat up that other guy was feeling guilty after the guy ended up in prison? I'm sure that 300-pound man ended up in prison, you know, at least for a year or two. You think she felt guilty? Nah. You know, they really need to change their, you know, that portion of the culture, that feeling that, you know, that they can, you know, reach out, grab their boyfriend and bring him in and have him attack somebody. This, you know, this violent thing shouldn't happen. And that's why people end up dead. So, good talking to you guys. Talk to you later.